Welcome back, guys. Apologise for the hiatus. Billy's been in Brazil and I've been here doing other projects, but now Billy's back and I've pushed out arguably the best mustache on YouTube. Someone tag Adam Alzee actually. So yeah, today the focus is to lower this Falcon Ute. We've got some lowering blocks and some front king springs, so we're going to get this thing slammed, make it look real sick, and yeah, film it along the way, make it look good, and then maybe we might cover a little bit about the silver car as well. That's it. Maybe we'll tell you the full future plan of this car and whatnot along the way, but for the meantime we're just going to focus on getting these springs in and making it lower. Any questions?
No, we can talk about it later.
Cool. Oh, well, let's get it up on the lift. This is the first time I've had this car on this lift too. Maybe we'll find some surprises.
We'll see.
Yeah. Because it was like scraping, man. It was so jacked up in the back. Someone's got some old leaf springs between the diff or the axle and the spring setup, and they've done this to get more height in the back, probably to carry heavier loads. So yeah, by removing those and adding the lowering blocks on the other side of the axle, this thing's going to be so freaking low, man. It's going to be good. Anyway, so that's the right height at the moment. As you can see, it's freaking scraping in the back. That camera's probably battling with that sunlight. Okay. Yeah, so grab a shot of this here. So this section here is the factory leaf spring section, and then these 4 sets of... Someone's cut some old leaf springs and installed them to get more ride height. So we're gonna go ahead and remove those and add them to, or add our lowering blocks to the other side of the leaf spring here. See how that works? No, that's not what we want. Hold on, don't recall this, I'm just trying to think in my head how this fucking works. Yeah, you did right. So what we do here is we take out this section of leaf spring that someone's cut up and added in there to get more ride height. We could put that section on top of the leaf spring set between the spring and the axle to get a lower ride height, but it's kind of hoary, so we've got some proper lowering blocks here. Hopefully they're the right fitment, and put the lowering blocks in this gap here between the spring set and the axle, and then that'll make our ride height lower. And we're also going to remove this 1.5 inches of height here too, so it'll be about almost 3 inches lower. Very good. And then for the front, we have to take this. Oh, these shocks are fucked. All good. Can you get a shot of the spring up there with your fancy gimbal? So we're going to replace these coil springs with some super low king springs. And one thing I like about these super low king springs is there was a note in the description of the product from the supplier that I purchased them from, saying that they highly recommend or advise having shortened shocks to suit these springs, which tells me that the thing's going to be fucking boned, and we're probably not going to put shortened shocks in it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, so's Kino. Good boy. Alright, we'll do the back first because it's probably going to be easier. So this side's all finished. We got the lowering block in. We had a few dramas along the way, which we'll talk you through as we do this side. So now we know what needs to be done. Ideally we do need longer U-bolts to install the lowering block. We did have to remove the, I think we're going to call it an override spring, which if you see on this side here, we've got this section of spring here which is on the ground down here at the moment. To get enough U-bolt length we had to remove that, which actually will also make the ute lower. And we'll do this side and see what happens. Are we filming? Okay, we run into some memory problems with the camera. I think we might have lost a little bit of footage, but we'll carry on. So, at the moment, I'm trying to take off this big brother here, and it's being stubborn. And my ratchet's annoying because it keeps freaking moving. I need to weld it.
Oh yes.
Shall we lower it down and see how ridiculous it looks?
Yeah,
Okay.
can do.
That's it. That's shit, eh?
It's not low, bro. Oh god. So what's going on now, I mean?
So we put the lowering blocks in, we removed these here, which we, under the spring, which was serving little to no purpose. And we also removed this big override spring here to try and help to get it a bit lower, or to take out some spring effort. Unfortunately, the thing's still way too jacked up. There's like this much clearance between the guard and the tyre, so we need it to be a lot lower than that. So we're going to flip the leaves over. I suspect that that's probably what people with these cars do, is they will flip the leaves over. How the fuck has that been rowing on me? Anyway, yeah, so we're going to do that. Take the leaf out, rotate it, put it back in.
Let's do it. What do you decide to do?
So this has been a bit of a drama. We can't get the ride height correct with the leaves in their factory configuration with the lowering blocks between the axle and the leaf set, which is how you use a lowering block to lower the ride height. It was still not very low. In fact, I could easily have fit this lowering block between the top of the tyre and the guard. It just looked shit. So we're trying to arrange the leaf set in different orientations to get the ride height correct. And at the moment we've got just the main leaf in with the, I think we call this the overload spring, maybe the override spring, installed with the leaf flipped. And so with the leaf flipped, it was far too low. It was compressed against the bump stop. So we've installed the override leaf in as well to try and straighten out the leaf spring a bit to get the ride height back down to where it looks nice. And then as I'm going to install the lower plate, which mounts the shock absorber and bolts the U-bolts onto the axle, the U-bolts are now too long as opposed to too short like they were before. So I'm just playing with different spacings in here now to try and get the U-bolts in a usable length. And that there would just about work, but it's maybe slightly too long. And I can't easily just add one of these plates in, which would be nice and easy if I could, because we have to have this bolt in here. We actually had to clamp the leaf set in the vise to be able to clamp the centre bolt in. It was pretty dangerous and pretty hoary, and that bolt is under quite a lot of tension, but safety squints on, I guess. Any questions?
No. Right, man, finally!
Finally, I think we've got it. We're still yet to lower it on the ground and see what it looks like. I don't even remember where we left off last. A lot has happened today and we've accomplished fuck all. Sorry, I mean we've accomplished very little. This leaf here is upside down. This leaf here is in the wrong place. And we did the same on the other side and installed the blocks. The blocks aren't to lower it anymore. The blocks are just so that we can use these U-bolts. We don't actually, the blocks don't accomplish anything except for make this length of U-bolt utilised. So I'm just double checking that everything is not loose.
You took two of these each side.
Yeah, so we took two leaves out and flipped one, and then put the override spring, whatever you want to call it, in place just to, the override spring is actually in this place here. It's supposed to be on this part of the spring, but we have it on this part of the spring, and all it's doing is promoting the spring to become flat, which stops it from being too low.
Now it's time to change the springs.
Yeah, the front coil springs next, assuming this looks good. Yeah, we even had the freaking engine crane out to help us get the freaking spring in. It was a mission, eh?
How many jacks? 1,
3,
2, 3. But it works finally.
Yeah, it works.
You nearly gave up, right?
You nearly gave up. You were throwing your tools around. You were like, oh fuck, bro.
That's low, man.
My fear is now it will still be too low. We'll see. Like, that's a real cool looking ride height. If it goes down maybe like 1 inch, just tuck and tire, I'll be absolutely wrapped.
No good.
We must roll the guards, brother. I'll get the hammer out. There we go.
Yeah.
So the wheel doesn't fit the wheels and tyres are too wide for these guards. So we're trying to just widen the guard a bit. There's a wee tab in here between the chassis and the outer skin that I guess gives it some rigidity and stops it from flapping around. This little bit of metal here, so we've unbolted it and we pulled it out as far as we could, and it wasn't enough to get the tyre in. So now we just got some wee tabs here we've made. Has the camera got enough light in there?
Yeah.
Made 4 of these, and we're just going to put them between here and here, up the top bracket there, and pull the guard out a bit further, and hopefully that's all we need to do. Cake.
Awesome. Yeah, what about now?
So we've done the back. It was a mission, man. We started at like what, 8 o'clock this morning,
Yeah.
and it's now, the sun's going down. It's nearly 5 o'clock, so like 9 hours, and we should have really just, I think the fix was to buy some actual lowering leaf springs for the rear of this car. We tried lots of different methods for flipping leaves, having different orientations of each leaf spring, right and wrong ways, and lowering block in and out and different things on the rear, and we finally got it to sit at what would have been a good height, but obviously then our guards weren't wide enough to suit the widened wheels and tyres, so we've spent the last couple of hours modifying the guards so they're a bit wider. Do you want to get a shot of that?
Can you see the problem?
Not really. Man, they're dirty, eh? These scratches are already here, by the way, that's why we're not too worried about it. But yeah, went ham under there with, made some modified, there's like a metal tab that supports the outer skin here, and we modified it on both sides to push the guard out, and then rolled the guards, or beat them with a hammer on the inside lips there. And now we've got about 10 mils of clearance between the tyre and the guard. Before, the guard was fouling hard on the tyre and it was actually holding the car up. So yeah, now we do the front.
Let's go.
Okay.
Right.
Cool, we got this side in and done. It's about 5:30 now. Took about maybe 20-30 minutes to do that. Got the other side out, and these extremely second-hand springs from Repco. Shout out Repco Australian for selling us second-hand king springs. Well, that's right, there's no problem there. Yeah, so that's in. Don't know if you want to have a look at that. Probably can't see it, it's probably a bit dark, but
It's alright.
it's alright.
And changing the other side now.
Changing the other side now. Using these 4-yard spring compressors. These shocks are cooked, eh? Look how much oil's leaked out of this thing.
Alright, let's do it. See you later.
See you later, alligator. don't remember where we left off last. So a few days ago we planned to lower this ute. It didn't go very well. The rear suspension gave us some problems. We'd planned to just put some lowering blocks in it, but it didn't have the effect we wanted. It was either way too high with the lowering blocks installed, or when we tried to remove or flip some leaves, it was far too low. So then the sun went down and we gave up. A few days later, while Billy was away, I got stuck back into it and managed to make it sit like that just by basically removing one leaf and leaving the leaf set all standard in the correct orientation apart from one leaf missing. So there's no lowering blocks at all now. It just sits like that in the rear, and yeah, the front like that with some King Spring super lows. So yeah, there it is. Got the ride height where we want it. Rides are all good. I actually took it for a ride around the block with the suspension hard on the rear bump stops. It looked fucking good, but it was just undrivable. It was, yeah, it would have been dangerous and illegal. But this is completely legal and fine. And we've got a bit of suspension travel there. We'll give you a wee bounce. It's good. So we can load it up with quad bikes and turbos on the back of the deck, and it'll be safe as houses. Nice. So that's that. What do you think?
People will show in the comments.
People will let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
Okay, should it go lower? Because I'll be honest guys, we can actually make it a little bit lower if you want. So with the springs in the front, there's a rubber seat top and bottom which we could actually remove if we wanted, to make it a little bit lower on the front, and then with the rear we could pick out the set between the axle and the leaf set, to give it a wee bit lower ride height in the rear. So yeah, we could probably do that. It's a practical height at the moment, but it would look cooler if it was a little bit lower. Man, this thing really needs a panel and paint, doesn't it?
100%.